So I'm Emma. I'm a solutions architect at AWS working with public sector customers. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources via the internet. So AWS manages and maintains the technology and infrastructure, and businesses can just say, hey, we need some compute, and AWS will provide them to them via the internet. Based on that traditional way of, acquiring compute, the companies don't need to do that anymore. So now they can focus on innovating and using the resources that AWS provides to innovate and build new applications. So it's really that being able to focus on what makes them different and unique, rather than that, what we call the undifferentiated heavy lifting of maintaining servers and things. So Amazon Web Services, you might recognize the first part, Amazon, and it is actually associated with Amazon.com. So Amazon we're running all these servers to maintain that retail website. And so they realized they're not the only business needing these resources, these compute. So they actually then offered it as a service themselves. So that's where Amazon Web Services came about. So I definitely considered other career paths. I think, as we were saying, that those things that you see, doctors, engineers, those types of things, I actually come from a bit of a techie family. So I actually disregarded it. Like, I didn't want to go into it. And so I thought so it was funny that I have ended up in tech. So yeah, lots of different things. Sort of was always interested in the STEM field. But yes, what I wanted to do exactly would always change week to week. Because it's really, like, every career these days really is touching tech. So I was doing a bit of tech in high school. I actually was not allowed to do it. I was told I wasn't allowed to do it because I was a girl. So I moved schools to do IT and physics. And so I did a little bit in high school, but I got more serious about it in university when I was starting to get a bit more serious about my career and getting more involved in, those career opportunities, clubs, and actually thinking about what I wanted to do when I finished. So it was more in university I got a bit more serious, and I started to dabble a bit more in the tech world. Yeah. The obstacles, yeah, I had other folks, I don't know, other people being like, you can't do the certain degrees I was interested in, or that I wouldn't get the required English. Like, I actually had an English teacher who was not very supportive. And so I guess what I wanted to do there was, I really like to be able to prove people wrong. So I worked very hard on that and made sure I got, even though I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, I knew sort of the area. So I was motivated by that to make sure I, prove them wrong. So I'm a solutions architect, and another way I like to describe this is, bringing customers' visions to AWS. Like, how would they build that thing they want to build on AWS? So being a bit of a translation between business idea, business goals, and the technology on how to do that. You can bring your dogs into work. That's one perk. We actually have a dog park now. Another perk is we actually get a day a week dedicated to learning. So that was, again, just something that was important to me, continual learning. So we're actually encouraged to play around on the tools, play around in the services, or even just something totally different and that we want to try. So I guess that's another perk. I think what I really like, so I work with public sector customers, so government agencies, universities. So what I really like is I'm helping, improve processes for things which I as a citizen might be consuming or using. So I guess I don't know like a future job title that I want, but maybe the things I would like to be doing is that continual learning. Um, I also really like teaching and enabling others. So I don't know, things around that. I'm not sure exactly the job role, but the bits that I like in the roles. And that there's really is space for everybody in tech. So if you're interested in sport, if you're interested in fashion, if you're interested in art, there is space for you in tech. Like it's not just coders in tech. There are so many different roles where we need tech skills, and it's also we need the diversity in the field. People, building the products for everyone to be using. We need diverse voices there. So very much encourage like just having some tech literacy and tech skills is so important in any area these days. AWS ourselves have free programs aimed at students. AWS Educate is free training courses to get hands-on with AWS. And then there's also this tool called Cloud Quest, which is a gamified learning environment for free. So again, you get to try cloud, what it would look like to be a cloud engineer or architect. And also it gives you sort of the use cases for it, like it's sort of like a role play gamified environment. Lots. So locally, there's Canva, which I remember using at school and university. So they were born in the cloud. So they started using the cloud from the beginning. And you can sort of see how much the platform's changed just in the past few years. So you can see the scale of innovation that they're going through with enabled by cloud. Like even just in Australia with cloud that I read about and I go, oh wow, that's so cool. So yeah, but Canva is a great local example.